Hi, my friends. How have you been? No, I hope you're having great positive days, right? Enjoying your family, your work, your study, your friends. Okay, that's great. All right, so this video it's about our 4 conferences in May and June. And I'm going to say a few words about each one, okay? Follow with me, and more details will be posted as soon as possible on other videos. Alright, number 1 is the Life Renovation Program to volunteers from all areas. So it can be for Waldorf inspired teachers, it can be for nature-based teachers, and teachers from preschool to PhD. Also to doctors from natural medicine, dentists, and all professionals needed for all teams, for all departments. The second conference, that's a life renovation program as well, it's also for the same professionals I just mentioned, but the basic handbooks and location for us to work will already have permits and license and deeds, so we will be able to start construction and plant more gardens and things like that. On this second conference, we will also be able to make our notebooks more neat, more organized, and the students from all ages will leave one sample for us. Okay, so the students that are interested, right, we will do homework assignments on those beautiful notebooks. Okay, so we will have our sample to be building and giving to following teachers of all countries. For those 2 first conferences, all families will have 2 main places to spend the whole day. One will be the park or the school with deed, as soon as we have the deed, right? And the other location will be the library, while parents will still and teenagers will still typing and printing any detail that's needed until our final version is made for all handbooks of all departments. So every family will be going one day to the library and one day to this park or school as soon as we have it. All right, when they will be at the library, so the parents that are going to the library have 2 options. One, it's for them to be staying inside, right, for 4 hours or so, and the other option is for those with little children to stay outside at the courtyard. So, but the library opens only at 10 o'clock. So from 8 to 10 o'clock, the families can meet at the park across the street or at the front of the library. It's some grassy areas on both places, at this park across the street and also at the front of the library. So the groups will be sitting down, and if it's playtime, they are going to play some games with their children. If it's work time, they are going to be talking about the groups and things like that. From 10 to 12 o'clock, during the time the library is open and is work time or study time, so the ones with older children can stay inside. If they're working, they're going to be typing. If it's a study, they can go outside of the courtyard to do their beautiful notebooks and play games and things like that at the courtyard. They can, we can ask. I think we can play jump rope there as well, but for sure we can play with bags of sand, right? Small sand bags, like bean bag, but instead of bean will be sand, and some other outside learning games. For younger children at the library from 10 to 12 o'clock, from 10 to 12, they will be, if it's work time, they will be outside. And if it's, the parents can have laptops and type there. So for example, one parent is typing, the other one is playing games and things like that. Okay, because the courtyard is big. Okay, and if it's study time, they will also be at the courtyard. Because it is warm, it's a half shady, a half sun, and some can be working on their notebooks, and some can be playing circle games, some can be jumping rope, for example. Okay, so we will have two main groups for the young children. So while one sit down and work, right, the other one stand up or play. Okay, basically is that. The ones sitting down can also play a few games, but their main focus is to do their notebooks, their beautiful notebooks that are Waldorf-based notebooks. And the ones that are playing, gonna be doing learning games. They cannot play freely over there because we don't have enough space over there. Extra space, it can be done on this other time. That's from 8 to 10 o'clock. So in reality, gonna be about 7:50 or so, as soon as they get there, until about 9:50, because it takes about 10 minutes to go until the traffic light and go to the library. Maybe even a little more if the children are not running. Okay, so at this park across the street from the library, we're also going to have groups, right? The parents are right there, all the families are right there, and going to have groups for the little one and for the medium ones and older, and then for the teens. Okay, so we're going to have about 4 different groups. All right, I think that is sustainable for learning games, right? We're not doing notebooks at the park because we don't have enough tables there and we don't have bathroom there to wash hands. A very small park. But we can play games there for sure, many games. Okay, we can have many circles and be talking about things, and or while the children play freely. Yes, they can play freely there. The parents are talking about any update on their own team, what they have to do, okay, according to their work. Okay, the other thing, because I said they can play for free as well, right? A little bit, because once they won't be able to play freely later at the library, because the courtyard over there is small. And we do not want them to be far away in a parking lot on the back, because a lot of space, but we cannot use that area. Okay, so while they're playing free, we need couples to be watching them and the parents, one parent for each for sure. So they can hear the little meeting there for updates, but their eyes are on their children, teens at all times. That's really important. They cannot leave that park. And young children need to be sure they go to the bathroom, don't drink too much water right this minute in the beginning, early in the morning, because there's no bathroom at this park. They have to go to the bathroom only when they reach the library, okay, at 10 o'clock. And they can also play learning games. Games that's easy for everyone. Jumping ropes, pretend they have a sandbag, a bean bag on their hands, right? Question and answers about the organization things. Can be timetables, can be items related to science, to planting, to nutrition, to health, and all these important things. Many different games. So it's important for everyone to leave the hotel without sweaters. So parents won't be carrying sweaters all around. And every family can bring only one bag. The adults can share carrying. Only 2 transparent water bottles, right, with a firm cap, and their notebooks, right, the special notebooks that they're making. That in reality will be like just pieces of paper, because everyone for that age group gonna be doing their own class, right? But a little different lessons, so we can combine them all the drawings, all the texts, all the book, the notebook, right? Like a Waldorf book. That's what we are going to make. And then all the children, all the teens for each grade gonna combine their work and make our special notebooks for all seasons of the year. Families that have the library day, we are going to call library day. So they have the park in the morning, right, about 7:50 to 9:50, and then they go to the library from 10 to 12 and have a lunch break, okay? About 30 minutes or so, I think that's reasonable. And then if they have younger children, in the afternoon, they only have 4 hours, right, afternoon. And if they have older children, teens, such as 10 years old and older, and if they're helping, they can stay there until 6 o'clock, okay? All right, so the lunch time, it's 12 to 1 p.m. People need to share the tables, okay? You can eat at the courtyard if you ask for authorization, or go across the street, eat, and come back. There's also a picnic table by the public meeting. It's a public commissioner building that you can ask authorization to eat there. There's a picnic table right there. There is no natural restaurant right on that area, okay? So we are going to have snacks at the park before you go to the library, so the young children can eat something. About 9:40 or so, I think that's sustainable, right? So there will be about 10 minutes of snack time for the children. I don't think the teens and adults need, but of course someone wants, because it's quite shady, it's not that hot yet, so on those days will be different than the garden work. But the library day, only if the person needs, and children for sure needs to eat, okay? So items to eat needs to be bought a day before, or parents need to go with the whole family, or grandparents can go by themselves to supermarket right there called Fresh Market. Okay, they have some organic food there. All right, type of food can only be brought and shared, such as fruits, veggies, seeds, nuts. And they also sell a few things that are cooked that we can use, such as peanut butter, guacamole, hummus, and salsa. But for those things that I just said that they are cooked, they can only be shared, offered, if they just open up right there in front of everyone. They cannot bring a container from a day before. Okay? So if they use something a day and was left over, the family needs to eat themselves. Or someone that can get right there and eat with their family, someone that wants. All right? And we have really to repeat over and over and over that double dipping is not allowed. So families, the best as possible, have their veggies or even those containers purchased, right, for 1 or 2 days ahead, and prepare them, like wash the fruits, cut the celery, cut the carrots, because we're not buying baby carrots, so we need to cut the big ones in small pieces, so people can do 1 dipping per piece of veggie. Okay? I think that's sustainable and healthy and safe for everyone. And for this paste, we can also bring almond butter. That's another option as well. So we have 5 things. Okay. The other thing that's important is no bathroom at this park, remember? So for these 9 o'clock snacks, for people that want to eat, they have to be sure that they are not going to be touching places. They leave the hotel with their hand clean, right? And they can eat this food. For nuts and seed, instead people reaching their hand inside the bag, the person that's offering, the couple, right, or 4 couples that are offering the food, will be passing the bag of seeds and nuts and will be pouring on people's hand. So no one can go inside the bag, okay? And for fruits and veggies, the same way, because we have to cut the apple in 4, for example, already take, the core out, the very tiny pieces of seeds out, not the whole core. And the veggies will already be small. So the person will dump very gently on people's hand. And for people that want the food, we'll gather the 2 hands together so nothing will be falling on the floor. Okay, all right, we're doing great. Okay, so people can have the mini gel, the very tiny one, yes, they can have hand sanitizer. But it's not needed if people won't be touching doors. They're just walking from the hotel. We're going to stop at US1 to sing our songs. They don't have to touch anything. They don't have to sit on the floor, right? Or touch the floor or touch other people. We are not holding hands to say good morning. We're just, moving our head a little bit, and people that want can put their hands together in front of their body and bow like 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, gentle bow like that. Okay? All right. So the hand's going to be clean because we're avoiding hand sanitizer. But if the person really wants, that's fine, can use the tiny one. But cannot bring from own country or from own state. Need to purchase it over here, okay? All right. Okay, so about the park, the library and park, small park, I already said a few things for the morning. So let's say a few things for the afternoon. So the lunch is 12 to 1 o'clock. So the family is going to share the space, right? The eating space if they want a courtyard. So one family can be 12 to 12:30 and the other families can be from 12:30 to 1, all right? So we'll be 2 different groups eating there. And the others can be plain because it's or walk a little bit around or already purchase something for later, right? The fresh market's right there. So they can do a few things like that. Okay, so in the afternoon, we will also have 4 hours of time, work time, right? Can be work or study time. So if in the morning they were doing study, in the afternoon will be work, and vice versa. And for those that have young children, will be the same. Gonna be outside the whole time. And for those with teens and adults and grandparents, if it's a space outside, they can be outside. If there is no space, they stay inside because we have many computers inside, upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs, you can only stay if you have older children with you or teens. Adults cannot be there by themselves, such as grandparents. And downstairs, it's more for adults. So, and teens. Rarely I saw children, but if the child it's quiet for a little bit, they can go. All right. So, if the parent has a small child, they can go inside for a few minutes. Up to 20 minutes, I think, is reasonable, right? And if the subject is good, so they can go do something online, for example, right? And go outside again so the children have space, right? To talk or to play or to sing songs and things like that. And in the afternoon, will be in the same way. So, for example, if a couple is in charge of a subject that needs the cell phone or needs a laptop, so they can get the laptop ahead. And for example, one spouse it's right there on the laptop, the other spouse is also right there playing games or teaching the children, helping them with their classes on their notebooks, for example, or telling a quiet, approved story with children sitting on a floor in the courtyard, right, in a little corner, so it's not noisy. And of course, when a teacher wants to tell a positive story, the other ones are also playing quiet games, or everyone will be having story time. These details we're gonna arrange afterwards. So it's loud, let's use this word, loud games for everyone, and then quiet games for everyone, okay? All right. As soon as we have our main place, right, and with computers available, then we are not going to have the library for everyone, okay? All right, but for now it is needed because they have the tables for the notebooks that can have about 25 children at the time, children, teens, right, at the time, and they also have bathrooms, and they have lots of computer and laptops. The laptops can be brought to the courtyard, and if it's rain, everyone go inside, and it's enough room for everyone. It's a very big library. So everyone traveling, they have up to 2 weeks of computer time. So you have to make sure if the husband, for example, get their card, we're gonna start counting from that day, okay? Or the wife. And for the grandparents, the same way. You can have up to 2 weeks using the computers and things like that. They also have a few books, but like subject books, not story, please. Do not get literary books because it's very hard to find one, and our children are not going to have time to be reading because they're going to be busy all day, as you see. Okay, but one or two books per family to have a look. They have many books about gardening, some about Florida gardening. So you can check out just one or two, right, to give chances for other people. And if you find any very special book, already let us know and put on a book title for proposal, as a positive proposal for us to approve it, the headquarters to approve it with the headquarters assistant team. Alright, so the other thing is that for the bag, the family bag, right, for the library day, you have a regular bag, can be transparent in hard plastic or another plastic, that's okay, but can only have up to 2 water bottles, right, reusable water bottles with a strong cap, and this transparent bag of food, right, for snacks that will be in the morning and also in the afternoon. I think in the afternoon can also be about 10 minutes. Let's say about 3 o'clock, right? In about 10 minutes or so, I think it's also enough. So come on group, eat 10 minutes and then another group and eat 10 minutes, okay? And the lunch, I didn't say, but it's also in transparent bags in the same way. So what we can do, it's like that. What is perishable, easier, right? They eat right away, such as the guacamole and hummus, right? And in the afternoon, they can have the ones that last longer, such as the almond butter or peanut butter. We're not going to have too many options according to the number of people that we will have on these conferences. So we don't have to have extra leftover. So everyone will eat the peanut butter. Okay, gone. All right, then, the other day have the almond, something like that. Okay, the other thing is that, for example, for the salsa cannot be juicy because we don't have plates, we don't have bowls. We are eating hand food dry as possible. So the option is to dump out the juice, okay? And so children won't be dripping around. We need 2 couples to bring a small cotton towel and wipe it down before, and the other one will wipe down after. Okay, with a drop of soap, and then they turn around and clean. So to be clean, make sure to be clean before and after. Okay, and when they can wash these tiny towels, 20 by 20, at the bathrooms, but they cannot touch the sink because we don't know if the sink was disinfected or not. So they just rinse very carefully, get more soap if really needed. But I have been cleaning them. I did clean quite a lot. And usually I just put some drops, use the other side to wipe it down. It was good enough. And the parents, these 2 couples that will be in charge of cleaning the tables before and after, they also will check the floors and make sure the chairs are all organized before they leave, okay? So we leave everything neat, nothing left over. That's important. And we can have 1 couple bringing the jump rope every day, the same couple, so for that team. And another couple that will go into the garden. So we have always 2 couples in a city, one that will go one day in the garden, one day to the library, one day in the garden, one day to the library. And the other one the same way. So they will be taking turns and we just need 2 jump ropes. Jump ropes will be the long one that 2 children can jump at the same time. All right? So that I think is sustainable and great. Inside the library, we have 2 bathrooms. One that's for everyone downstairs and one upstairs that's only for children. Because upstairs the children area. All right? So upstairs there's some area there the children they have some carpet area that the children can read books and play quiet games. So in case it rains, the parents can bring them upstairs and do these things until the rain stops. If the rain will start, they can leave by 4 o'clock and don't have to wait by 5, because getting warmer and then it's almost summer, right? And it might rain at the end of the day. So, but we ask no one to leave before 4, okay? They can only leave at 4 or 5, between 4 and 5, if it's, we have a rain coming. Because if it's enough time, if it's too early, they just wait for the rain to pass, stay upstairs at the library, and then they go home, okay? Everyone will have good shoes, so that's fine. The street will be wet, but no rain will last that long. Maybe it can be drizzling or soft rain, but not heavy rain. Does not last for 2 hours. And if it's raining at 5 o'clock, they wait a little bit, and then they go home until 6. No more than 6, okay? Because we have many other things, as you know, to do. Okay, on good days, families will be leaving the library at 5, so they will arrive at the hotel about 6. They have to run a little bit to be able to do that. Okay? So, because the hotels are not that close. To come back, if it's really needed, such as rain, they can get the bus that's across the street. Okay? And that will bring families until US 1 and Golden Gate Park. And then they walk a little bit until the hotel. And the nearest, the best bus stop, it's on Indian Street and US 1. Okay, that's the closest of this bus called Circular, the closest to the hotel of people staying by Aldi supermarket. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So I said everything, all the basics about the library team. Okay, so now let's say some basics about our school. Okay, so our school can start in different ways. Can be a rental place, can be a park, or can be the land we already purchased but not building yet, or a place that we got and need remodeling. Okay? All right, so the best as possible, we have these working teams to pay or get donation, okay? So it can be a provisory area, building or land, or can be our own already, right, with deed. So I'm very excited, and this time gonna work, my friends. Let's get united. We're going to talk to some owners here of the city and see, if they can donate, or if we are able to pay what they want and get our deeds and start our work. Ooh, that would be a real gift. Okay, so this is the team 2, school site. That's the words we are using. Okay? All right. So on the first days, we will be going to a park that's close by here, and just for the first meetings until we have our own place. Okay, on this park we do have bathrooms, and we have 2 picnic tables and a big lawn area. We also have playground, and we also have an area for volleyball and another area for basketball. The volley, it's on sand, so you already know. and the basketball is on cement court. So we need some parents to work so we can start on this lawn the edible garden, because that will be useful for the community out there if we are going to stay more days on this place. Okay, if it's just once or twice, then we are not doing that. But if we see that more days are needed, that everything is working well with an owner that I already have in mind, so we can wait there a few more days if wait is needed, okay? Because this building that I saw is for sale for quite a long time. If the owner works with us and we can't go there yet because we need more paperwork until we pass the deed, then it's okay. We can start the garden at this park, because it will be useful for other conference, for teams to lead and help the community, and for us while we are right there and can plant, and will be great. This park also has water fountain there, okay? It was broken last time, but anyways, you can ask them to fix, and if it's still in the same condition. And we have to make sure we always call the city before we go, because they always lock the bathroom. We have to call, make sure they have the bathrooms open, okay? All right. And they have two other picnic tables in another gazebo, and they have, the playground I already said, a little playground area. They also have a place with nets, a court that's open. We can play some games there, the children. Okay, it's an open cement court, and if needed, it's another area we can use as well. All right, for volleyball or basketball. Volley, we are going to focus on having circles, right? Plain circles, because what happened, that area is sand, but we cannot be barefoot over there because we didn't clean the sand, right? So we have no idea what's on that sand, so we cannot be barefoot and gonna get sand on people's shoes, and might be uncomfortable or can hurt, and it's forbidden to have blisters, right? So we're not going to play on that volleyball on the sandy areas. Children can play a little bit at the sand, then they go wash their hands, that's it. But we're not having playing too much, like running, so the shoes won't have sand in it, even for the little children. So this park, it's also the park that the circular bus stops and go to the library that I talk about, the Blake Library. So the name of this park is Lamar Howard Park, and it's located at the Golden Gate community. All right, so you're familiar with this area, and it's quite close to the Aldi supermarket, but you have to go around the railroad tracks. So it might take about 30 to 40 minutes, depends how fast your children can run. Okay, so let's say a few words about our schedule. It will be the same. So we are there from 8 to 12, right? And then in the afternoon, we have also the lunch that is from from noon to 1 p.m. And then in the afternoon, we have work again from 1 to 5 p.m. Okay? For all children. And teens, if they don't have young children, they can stay till 6 o'clock, or elders can stay till 6 o'clock. All right. For elders, we also ask elders to stay with the parents the whole time. So or the family stays till 6, or the family stays till 5, but cannot leave elders behind, or elders cannot leave earlier. The whole family is to be together the whole time for safety reasons, so everyone is really united, okay? So for the afternoon work, in the same way, so if it's going to rain, they can stop at 4, or they just wait for the rain to pass and go home after that. Okay, so everyone will be doing the same. If they, in the morning they're studying, and then they're gonna work in the afternoon. Or they work in the morning and study in the afternoon. Okay, so 4 hours for each. All right. People that are going to eat there, they do not have good supermarkets there. Okay, they have a place that sells fruits that's close by, but I don't think they have any organic food there. So you have to purchase a day before. For what? For the 9 o'clock snacks, and then for the lunch, and then for the 3 p.m. snacks. For the snacks, only the children need to eat, and of course someone else that wants is welcome to eat as well, okay? So the main thing is for those that have money to purchase a little bit more until we have our own orders arrive in our own kitchen at our own location. But right now we're not doing that for this moment. So every family needs to bring what they can and share, okay? All right. So that will be in the same way as I said for the library team. Okay, so if you have sauce, take the juice out, and we are not going to have bowls or things like that. It will be finger food. Okay, dry finger food. So you have fruits, veggies, everything transparent bag. Everyone can bring a bag about 40 by 40, centimeters, Ziploc type bag, right? That you can seal it and wash a day before. The bags, the food need to be dried. It cannot have a lot of drips, wet drops on the bag for us to focus on safety, all right? So we know what's that from, okay? And those bags, when the people will be washing the veggies the night before, needs to be placed at the refrigerator, cannot be brought to people's room. They're two separate bags. Okay, so we're really well separating everything. We have teams, we put there, and every kitchen have their cameras, all right? And we have our own cameras that we're going to ask the hotel owners to put our own cameras while we are there on those days. And so we can check our own cameras and nobody will be touching the refrigerator, and I think we will work fine. Okay, and some can stay at the counter, such as strong fruits. All right, so some fruits or veggies and can be also brought, nuts, seeds, brought in containers, transparent containers. Some that we'll be buying at the fresh market, they're more or less square, 10 by 10, and they can easily be washed. And if it's just plain nuts and things like that, that's okay, we can use it, right? Wash, reuse it, and just fill it up. And soon our own food gonna be arriving. The people from the first conference gonna be working fast, and we can use the food at the first conference and at the second conference. So we can fill up our own things. This work of buying, everyone buying a little bit and sharing, I think will last 2 days or so, if needed more, but I think in up to 2 days we can already purchase our own food, okay? That we are going to focus on Florida food. But until we start having this food arrive, we buy what's available at the supermarkets. The most sustainable as possible and for sure organic, because that's our focus. Can be GMO or not, that's okay, but needs to be organic for sure, because that's our work, right? Okay. And on this case, at the library team or at the school team, school site, we also be able to get our kitchen soon, right? At the library, they have no kitchen, and we are not washing anything at the bathrooms, just the hands, okay? And at the school site, then that's different, because we can get authorization to use the park kitchen. They have a small kitchen there inside. I don't know if they're gonna authorize us, but we can go for 10-20 minutes to wash a little something. Or better not even do that, right? Our containers we can bring to the hotel and wash at the hotel kitchen. Okay, at the hotel we need everything written down with proper authorization, that I need help from all of you to use the laundry room, the kitchen, the cafeteria or restaurant. And also we need a paper that we can use the garden area for meetings or for fun time talking or stories, different things. So we can have some meetings there outside. So we need one paperwork from each and the owner's and manager's signature. And we also need the location to place our own food at the hotel kitchen, right? Which refrigerator we're gonna use, or counter, or for strong fruits and veggies we can put in a cabinet. Where will be this location? So we need detailed information about those things, okay? And at the hotels we also need our own cameras for all children's bedroom, teens bedroom, right? The parents gonna put a bed at this second bedroom, and the parents gonna stay at the main door, the main room, okay? So no children, no teens will leave or enter using their own door in any way. Will be a bed there for all those days you're gonna be here in the city. So in that bedroom we'll have a camera, a colored camera that turns on movement, so we know everyone moving around. And of course every child and teen needs to change at their bathroom, and they cannot change on the bedroom. Okay, all right, so for those two teams it's important for you to have your own toothpaste, your own hand soap that's biodegradable. You can purchase at Walmart, that I know, and also some fresh market, Sprouts sells them, and we're gonna buy a whole box, hopefully, right, even before you arrive with the money you're sending, so we can buy and have one per family. We're also going to buy lots of school shirts, right, with 2 buttons, and jeans pants, toothpaste and toothbrushes, and the flip-flops for pool or the beach. And basically it's that. We don't need right now the transparent raincoat, because not going to rain much. We're still not on summer yet, so people just can handle if they get a little rain, that's fine, right? Maybe we just get for children, small children, just in case that rains, the parents will have it. Okay, so in a few words, I said about both of those teams, right? The library and the school. The school site gonna have some hours for the notebook, some hours for playing games, some time to be working at the gardens itself. And the same way as the library, the parents gonna be close to each other. So for example, one parent is doing things on a phone and the other parents playing the children, but they're really close in the same location. And the parent, it's making phone calls, researching prices, or contacting owners, or purchasing the food, or things like that. The other parent gonna share, of course, some time, gonna be right there playing their children, or teaching them about our notebooks, making the curriculum notebooks with them. All right, the school site, if we go to this park, the Lamar Park at Golden Gate, we need to rub really well the tables, because sometimes they're really dirty, okay, because do not rain on them. They're under gazebos, so we need to even wash twice, and of course, always don't touch the sink. You have to be able to rub it with soap and water, rinse, but don't touch the sink. Okay, so let me say a few words for the food we are preparing for the next day, and also purchase, of course. So we can have guacamole, right? We have avocados here in Florida, tomatoes for salsa, hummus we can make with fava beans, and nuts gonna be for sunflower and peanuts, and we can also have peanut butter. Okay, all right, so we will do the best to buy only what is grown here, not what is grown other places. So let's see, I think we can do it. Now let's say a few words about Saturday morning. So every family will be working at their own edible gardens at the hotels. We need proper authorization from the owner and the manager to sign in blue, and area, do most garden as possible, plant also some fruit trees. Okay, and we are also going to have the food delivered there and prepare, as already said. Okay, so on Saturday, once you're getting used to time, will be from 8 to 12, so 4 hours, and once it's not so hot yet, that will work fine. And families can have a break in the middle of the day, can eat some nuts, something salty. Children can eat some fruits as well, okay? All right, and lots of water, of course, all day, everywhere, every single day. A lot of it. And local people gonna be working their own residential community or their own house. Everyone gonna be where they sleep, right? As our Saturday morning practice. In the afternoon, as I already said on the other video, we have many options. We have the people can nap, can go to a park, can go to the beach, can go different place. We have a small beach here, the Sand Sprit Park, very small, but it's close, people can walk or run. It's a little too far for young children, but children that 8 or 10 and above will walk or run easily. Okay? All right, and they see many boats crossing by, so it's a good activity for the afternoon, after napping or before napping, whichever. After napping, I guess, right? Because the sun is quite hot in the middle of the day and they already have the whole morning of work. So if families want, they can nap for an hour, 40 minutes, and then they go. Families can also schedule the Saturday afternoon for their laundry day, and every family gonna have 2 opportunities for laundry day. Can be really early in the morning from 5 to 6 or something like that at the hotels, right? Can be in the evening and can also have the Saturday afternoon of option or Saturday morning from 7 to 8 or lunchtime on Saturday. And Saturday afternoon, people can also enjoy the pool, right? The hotel pool. Or have a little fun time, at the garden, sit down and talk and, take it easy and don't be spending too much energy to go far away. Okay? Okay. On Sunday, we have 2 spiritual meetings. And I will let you know, because we're not going to have both of them on same Sunday. So we'll let you know if you do early in the morning or late in the afternoon at one hotel and then on the other Sunday on the other hotel for the other conference, okay? Or the most possible hotel that will be closer I'm staying. And hopefully I will stay at the hotel as well because then we can meet and talk and the children can have fun, right? Okay. I'm thinking we can have 2 hours in the morning or 2 hours in the afternoon. So for people that will have the spiritual meeting in the morning, they can have soon after or before the family meeting, right? About an hour family meeting or so. We might even have the spiritual meeting just for 1 hour while we are practicing these first 2 conferences. All right. And for families that did these 2 meetings in the morning, in the afternoon, they're going to have fun, right? They go somewhere to the pool or to a park, as we already said. And for those that are going to have the meetings in the afternoon, they have to go out and have fun in the morning. Okay, go in the city, walk around. There are quite many parks. Look ahead. Okay, my friends, so basically it's that. Now you have an idea for these 2 conferences that's open for everyone, for singles, for married couples that do have children. Okay, older children, younger children, but do have them. Okay, and it's open and we are going to start our work, going to be really beautiful and also help to prepare a few things, right, that I'm going to tell you right here, our main objectives. So we are having our curriculum made for all grades of all subjects. We're structuring also our outside learning games. We are preparing for the conferences, right, that is the international country president and also the state governor conferences, okay, because we are going to have ours United States, but every other country will be having on their own. So we need to organize so everything, all details, from planting food to purchasing anything else that's needed and receive and register them and all these details, okay? And the other thing, we need our 2 books printed. So the first week we're going to start and print a basic information, add some details on the second conference and improve and so on. So the 2 books are the International Constitution, right? And the other book, it's everything related to the 28 weeks, okay? So right now we can print together because some handbooks are for everyone and some handbooks just for the 28 weeks. So we don't have to repeat them, okay? But as soon as they're all ready on the end of the second volunteer conference, right? That's for everyone. We're going to print our version and to be ready 1 or 2 days before our organization launching day. in blue, printed in blue. The idea is to have 8 or 10 copies, that I still thinking about a good number, for us to be sharing on countries that will be going, and we can give our signature there, gonna look nice, and be a special gift for different countries of different places we'll be going. We're gonna choose ahead. So of course, one will be here in Florida, one will be in Brazil, on this state that we'll be going, creating a new land there, and then some in Africa and some in Asia. Okay. And the other objective is also for us to get land and prepare everything that's needed for us to have our new land ready. Okay? So these 2 conferences for volunteers, we're going to do everything from getting the land and start having our engineering templates and all details that are needed, so we can start as soon as the international families come for the international country president. We're going to have a lot of professionals, so they're kind of ready to start their teams. So that's what we're doing. And for those, gonna be really about 80 or 100 main teams and many small teams, work teams. Okay, that would be a real gift. And we have to register them and start to see which countries we already have a couple, which countries we still need, and keep advertising, inviting more universities, more Waldorf schools, because Waldorf schools, the ones I know, right? The families are polite, respectful. They have their basic practices as we want. No value to TV, to video games, and media movies, and media, like negative stories and things like that. For most of it, they're great. Okay, my friends, so thank you so much for your participation. Please come to Florida. Let's have fun. Let's plant gardens, sing our songs, and have our meetings, right? Improve our handbooks and meet many special people. All right? So I see you soon here in Florida. Register, make your bags, and get ready and come. See you soon. Okay, something that I did not say earlier is that for our 5 conferences that we have to plan, organize, and have ready the best as possible for the following people to catch up and make it even better. I'm going to post a video just with following events for all these 5 conferences. Because these 2 first conferences in May are for singles or married people. They can come. And then we have the big one, right, with about 200 families. That's a very big one for the country president. And then we have the state governor conference, right? That is much less. For us here will be about 50 families. And then we have the headquarters assistant team online conference. And we need a lot of work to get this going, because we have to search up, see who will be coming for each headquarters assistant teams, which university will be the one from each country, and if it's possible to have a meeting with every state headquarters assistant couple, of all the countries, or how we can do it, because even that we have a few hundreds of people, right, the best as possible, not only 200 couples, will be great. And people can share in writing just a few minutes or an hour before the conference starts. They can share something that's not posted yet, and we will give an answer. And for this online conference to the headquarters assistant team will be of 1 or 2 hours, depending on the subject. Okay? All right, so let's get this 5 conference really organized, and it will be a gift, dear volunteers, to have you here. Remember to talk to all family members that are coming, because they are volunteers. They're going to be working a half day. Okay? And the other half day, they're going to be having fun and learning and planting. Oh, going to be really awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for your interest and registration, right? And I see you soon. Oh, please remember to have some cash for the buses until we ask again for the buses to be free. And we need a very special team for Sunday, because we are going to the beach. How is that? Great idea, right? We can rent buses, or because they don't have urban buses running on Sundays. And some families on Sunday can go to the beach, and some can go on a boat ride, and we can have lots of fun this way. And there's some restaurants around, and we just have to see which ones we are going to have an agreement with them to offer healthy and positive food. And for this site that we are getting for our school, on Saturday morning, people can also go because they're really close by to the hotel, and half families can stay at the hotel, and half families can go to, or even more, or everyone, if it's possible, go to our school to plant our gardens, make it neat, plant some fruit trees, right? And start organizing one class, one preschool class there. So we have a lot of paperwork to do, and hire local interested teachers, and gonna be a real gift, right? So let's see how it goes. Because that building we can use also maybe for an office, for the city office, until we have a better one. So we have quite a few options, school or office, right? But let's see how it goes. And I'm sure it's gonna be really beautiful, and it's here on US1, so it's easy to get buses if they're needed. Okay? All right, so see you soon then. We're going to sing lots of songs and enjoy each other's company and meet new people. Gonna be a real gift. So thank you so much, and I see you soon. The other idea for Sunday fun time, it's for us to go to Sandsprit Park, where we have a marina close by. And I think they rent boats on both sides, because on Port Salerno, I'm sure they have some rides, in a small tour boat, but that fits about 20 people. It's a big size. And but I think we can also have boats on the Sandsprit Park side. So we need a team, of course, to check that out so we can have fun. So every hour, one group goes, and, they can swim in the water if they pass on the swimming test, and come back, another team. So we can rent the boat for the whole day, for example. And many teams, morning and afternoon teams can go for an hour or so. And then, of course, it's going to be the time to go and come back to a good area. But I think that would be fun, right? And families with younger children can join, can go out on those boats when the tides will going up, because the water will be clearer and it's safer for young children, right? And the older children, teens, they are strong. They're stronger and more independent, so they can go on the rides that are low or high tide, whichever is available. And then we're gonna see which one is the most convenient, because we can already purchase a boat for us, right, for the school, and already use, right, for many conferences, and or we can rent boats available and have our own tours. Okay, because they have some available there, but of course, if we're gonna pay them, we're not going to have much money left. So I think it's wise we can purchase our boat. So let's see how it goes, right? And the school gonna use them for sure, because they can go to different ecosystems, so for each age group, and have beautiful field trips along the year. So let's see. I hope it'll be I'm sure we are going to have lots of fun and be able to purchase our first boat. How is that? Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, my friends, so I see you soon. Get your confirmation, wait for an answer, we are going to give you a code, so we are sure we are getting the right families with all their paperwork, okay? Have your documents really safe every single day, and leave at the hotel at the treasure boxes, right? Or keep with you at all times, whichever you think is safer, because you're responsible for your documents, because we don't have our office yet. Okay? All right. So see you soon. All right. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day and great plannings. And will be a real gift, my friends. Thank you so much.